On tonight's Fit to Eat, we are making kid-friendly and health-approved chicken nuggets. We teach you how to make healthy snacks for your children. We travel to South Mississippi to visit a family-owned dairy farm, and Dr. Rick deShazo joins us as our guest. Welcome back to Fit to Eat. I'm your host, Chef Rob Stinson. Tonight we're going to be preparing baked blackened chicken nuggets with healthy honey mustard sauce and baked carrot fries that your kids are guaranteed to enjoy. Tonight, Dr. Rick deShazo, a professor of medicine and pediatrics at the University of Mississippi Medical Center and the host of radio and television show Southern Remedy, joins us. Welcome to Fit to Eat, Dr. Rick.
Thanks. It's great to be in the kitchen. My wife will never let me in there.
Uh-oh.
And in the chicken, too.
All right, well, I promise you won't have to do anything tonight.
Okay.
But you know what? What we're going to do is show parents a really great, healthy, option for kids so that they can get away from going to fast food, getting those little chicken nuggets that their kids, really shouldn't be eating in the first place. So we start off with beautiful, fresh chicken. This has never been frozen. No processing on this. Comes straight out of Mississippi, out of Hattiesburg, actually.
Well, that's one of the problems with the processed products that you get in fast food restaurants, most, that is that you don't get chicken. 50% of what's in there is not chicken meat. It's all kinds of other stuff. And that's what we found out when we went out and sampled these and did an autopsy on a chicken nugget.
Isn't that amazing? Well, here's what we're going to do to start with. I'm going to make a healthy blackened seasoning, but first we're going to cut the chicken into what I consider a nugget, all right? Really, really simple. We'll move that off, put the chicken breast in the center. Anyone at home can do this. Take it, cut it right down the center, take that little tip off because we don't really need it. Now, take that chicken and literally cut it into thirds. So this is something you could do, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, I want to try and keep it easy enough that everybody at home can do it. So you've got basically your 6 pieces of chicken. Now, let's take those off the board. One of the things working with chicken I'm real focused on, you got to be sure that you have some way of sanitizing your surface that you work with. All this has a little sanitizer on it so you can clean off. Let's go to the blackened seasoning because we want to get these in the oven as quickly as we can. So we're going to start off with white pepper. And you're going to notice there's one thing missing in here. No sugar and no salt. All right? A little bit of sage, wonderful flavoring. Garlic powder, not granulated, so no salt. Onion powder. A little thyme. We all need a little bit more thyme, but
absolutely. Black
pepper. Cayenne pepper. You got to have a little bit of pep. Got to spice it up just like a blackening would normally have. And then some beautiful paprika. All right, so we mix this up quick as we can. And we're going to use this blackened seasoning in our healthy honey mustard sauce as well. So lots of fun with this. Now here we go. We're going to take the chicken, and I've got those 6 pieces right here in front.
Right.
And all we need to do is just sprinkle it on top. Try not to get your spoon in it. That way you can reuse all that seasoning. Because you can stick this in a resealable freezer bag, keep it in the fridge, keep it in your closet, and you're good to go. And you've got something really nice. So I know that was a lot to follow, so don't forget, you can go to mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat if you want to get this recipe and all the rest. So where we're going to go with this next, I'm going to take this baking pan. We take a little bit of a zero fat spray, okay? So again, as little fat as possible. Spray it, quick, doesn't need much. And then we're going to place those chicken nuggets right onto that pan. And I tell you what, talking about chicken, talking about healthy, talking about everything else, I understand that you have brought some charts that can kind of help kids through this. Let me go walk this. Now, I'm going to take this and pop it in the oven, and we could talk a little bit more. But I'd love to see and talk about your charts that you've got.
Sure.
Now, this is an oven set on 400 degrees. It's only going to take about 6 minutes. But let's talk about these charts that you brought.
Well, the real big problem that we have is that the combination of salt, sugar, and fat is not only extremely interesting to eat, but it's extremely toxic to our body. So what you're putting together here is a perfect protein. Chicken is the perfect protein in a way that doesn't incorporate a lot of sugar and fat. So you don't get this big surge of insulin, because when you put salt, sugar, and fat together, especially with carbs, like the coating of these commercial ones, you just get these big insulin surges because your blood sugar is jerking.
Isn't that horrible? And
then
people don't even think about it.
4 hours later, up again.
You're down, and you got to do it over, huh?
And that's one of the reasons we're in this snack culture. People are having to eat every 4 hours.
You know, and I think it's so common. What we're going to do, I want to make something that's going to go along with this while we've got time right now. And this is a healthy protein alternative to your typical honey mustard that comes with those chicken nuggets that you would get in fast food.
And that's basically what we teach people. And these are free online at southernremedy.org or southernremedy.mpbonline.org, either website, in teaching kids the difference between salt, sugar, fat, vegetables, starchy vegetables, and proteins. And that's exactly what you're working with.
Isn't that amazing? Well, let's take what we have to begin with here is a cup of Greek non-fat yogurt, Dijon mustard, okay, so far so good, huh? About a half a cup of Dijon mustard. This is a fat-free sour cream, and it just helps to keep it all pulled together. Some of our beautiful salt-free blackened seasoning, and now one of my favorites is this beautiful local honey that a dear friend of mine actually makes right here in Jackson. Look at this. That is black gold almost, huh? Is that incredible? Right. And it's got such great, you know, qualities for kids if it's local that might have allergies, huh?
Right.
You know, I mean, I think there's a lot of studies, are there not, showing that, you know, if you can take a little dose, it helps them fight off some of their allergies that they might otherwise.
Certainly great when you have a cold to help liquefy mucus.
Well, and that literally is it. So we did this dish at the Kids Fest this year, and I was laughing with parents because their kids could eat this stuff like it was soup, and it's solid protein.
Right.
And you know, at the end, when we do the nutritional breakdown, you'll see it's just amazing how healthy the protein content of this meal is.
Well, it gives you a little bit of sweetness. The honey gives you a little bit of sweetness without a lot of refined sugar in there.
Exactly, and we try to keep it that way in the recipes. So if you're going to add that in, do it in a smart way, huh?
Right.
Kind of this, not that.
Right, absolutely. And that's the secret to eating, is substituting healthy, tasty foods for those that aren't so healthy.
That are not, right. What we're going to do is kind of portion what we need to have with one portion. Now, I mean, this was only about 5 ounces of chicken, so the perfect serving size for a kid, and really for an adult as well. All right, so we've got this ready on the side. We're going to go, and I've actually taken the liberty of grabbing and doing some of the chicken nuggets ahead. So let me grab those.
Whoa, those look good.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, and there's no bready covering.
No.
It's just all chicken nugget.
Isn't that 100% chicken?
Fantastic.
No salt, no sugar, totally healthy for you. And what's a really unique twist on this is that you're putting it into a sauce that they could eat, and they get protein from that as well.
Right.
You know?
So rather than eating something that's going to be over 50% carbohydrates, you've got the same exact product that's almost totally protein.
Isn't that amazing?
With just a little nuance to make it extra special.
And I tell you what, there's no one out there watching that could not throw this together. You can cook them ahead like I did and have them ready, or pull them out the oven and let them eat them hot. They could take these, zap them in the microwave for a quick snack, have the sauce in the fridge.
Fantastic.
So the idea of this is to try and simplify it for those parents out there. So how do I feed my kids knowing that they all virtually have no time? Everybody, if there's one thing they're short of, is time.
And this sauce could be used on almost any product that is usually breaded.
That's right.
Fish.
That's
right. About anything that you wanted to do. It's and you can sort of adjust the portions in there to your own liking and up and down depending on who's eating.
Yeah, and guilt-free.
Absolutely.
Guilt-free.
If you stick within the portion.
While we're making those chicken nuggets that children will love, nutritionist Rebecca Turner gives some ideas on kid-approved snacks that aren't processed, but still quick and easy to make.
Every parent knows teaching children healthy lifestyle habits can be a challenge, but it's not impossible. Start by choosing snacks cautiously. Children and adults are snacking more than ever. It is estimated that snacking between meals is the source of nearly 600 calories each day for children. Now, as a nutrition professional, I am not opposed to kids snacking, but I am opposed to what many of them are snacking on. So today we're going to take a look at some greatly health alternative snacks for kids. First, we're going to start by these delicious and beautiful ice cream replacements. So kids love ice cream cones, and the cone is actually the lesser of the two evils. So take the traditional cone and put in protein-rich Greek yogurt. You're going to get twice the amount of protein than regular yogurt, and you're also going to get the calcium needed for to build strong bones. Simply let them pick out the berries that they would like to put on top. You know, berries are really good for a brain-boosting food. So anytime you can get berries into their diet, you're giving them a one-up in school and also in their health. Just how pretty is that? If you stick those in the freezer for just a few minutes, it's going to give it that cold, crunchy feel, and they're sure to enjoy that. Next up is I really love these cute kebabs. You're going to start with taking a regular kebab that you would use on the grill, and you're just going to simply slice low-fat cheese, which parents can feel really good about their kids snacking on. The protein found in cheese casein actually helps prevent cavities. So this is a really good thing for kids and adults to get in daily. Then you're also going to do a skewer of grapes, and we all know what Ed said, right? Grapes are great. And they truly are. They're full of fiber and just absolutely delicious. So instead of using a regular wooden skewer, let your kids take a whole wheat pretzel, and they can pull off the cheese and just alternate until they make these cute little kebabs on their own. Now this is a snack that you're going to want to make after school or on a Saturday afternoon, where they can make them and then eat them immediately. If you leave them overnight in the refrigerator or go too long, the grape will actually make the pretzel a little soggy. So for best quality, make and eat immediately. And lastly, kids love chips and salsa, right? They love the crunch and munch. So here is a great opportunity for parents to switch out with baked chips. You're going to drastically reduce the fat and increase the fiber. And by using a hummus instead of salsa, you're boosting again that muscle building protein that kids need to grow. You know, healthy snacks shouldn't be boring or bland. Serve up these kid-approved snack ideas that the whole family won't miss the junky stuff, and your snacks will be fit to eat.
All right, welcome back. All right, now we are getting into not French fries to go with our chicken nuggets, but carrot sticks.
Fantastic.
Isn't that neat? And I love making this seasoning because you can use it on so many different things. So if you'll come see with me, here we go. Onion powder. And again, all the powders have no salt. And I like to impress people on that because when you go to the store, you see granulated garlic. It's almost all salt. Don't buy it. That's garlic powder, so onion and garlic powder, white pepper, which gives it a nice flavoring, and black pepper. So the only but I call this my white seasoning. And it's just very simple. You just mix it up as well as you can. And we're going to use this as a dusting on our carrots. And Dr. Rick, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Would you grab those carrots behind you over there? And here we go, all right? Just beautiful, fresh carrots. I've taken the liberty of slicing some. And I thought, you know, we got into talking a little bit before about what's important on the chicken and the portion size. And I know you've done some research on this as far as adults.
Right, right.
Talk about that a little bit.
We actually have an adult plate, which I'll show you right here, that addresses that. That's also online and free. SouthernRemedy.org.
Free online.
You actually take this and print it out and use it at church or in your family or whatever. But, you know, you can take even a healthy food, and if you don't know the appropriate portions, you can eat too much.
Too much, absolutely.
So it's a combination of eating lower caloric food,
right,
low in salt, sugar, and fat, and eating appropriate portions of it that lets you, and there's a lot of tricks you can use not to get hungry when you do that, like drinking water or fluids before you eat, and never eating till you're full. It takes your brain 20 minutes to communicate with your stomach to know that you're full. So if you eat until you're full, you'll always overeat.
Have overeaten.
Right.
Unbelievable, huh? Let's go through, and I'm going to take and just do one quick. Now, people tell me I don't have a peeler at home. Simple. You can use the back of your knife.
Wow.
Comes right off. Slice one little portion on the side and then turn it down. That way you won't cut yourself, and then just lengthy strips. Cut them, and that's all I've done. Okay, so let's move forward on this. I'm going to spread these carrots out. And these we're going to dust with our seasoning, and we can bake them, but for this show, what I thought I'd do is show that there's an option in case it's the heat of summer and you don't want to heat up your house, and you want to do this on a stove, light dusting. Remember, no salt in here, so it's pretty much guilt-free, and you get a lot of flavor, and I'm only putting it on one side so it doesn't overpower it. Now we're going to spray the pan off the heat with some of our zero fat spray. And I've got canola. You could use about a half teaspoon of canola if you wanted to. Then we're going to place these with that seasoning. I'm just going to toss them around a little bit, get that seasoning coating them, and then toss them in the pan. And do not forget, I know we've done a lot as far as recipes, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat or Facebook MPB Fit to Eat.
Those sort of look like steak fries.
I mean, don't they? I swear,
right,
huh?
Right.
And then watch. All you got to do, you just kind of take them and toss them. And everybody tells me I can't do that. You know what? You put a piece of toast in your skillet and practice flipping your piece of toast. It's like the old kung fu. When you have tossed the toast, you will have learned.
Very good.
But it's really a neat, easy way.
It takes hardly any time at all.
No, and really, I like to keep them nice and crispy because I find that children won't eat them when they're overcooked. And you know what? They've lost all the nutrients when they're done. So I tell you what, it's not going to take much more than what I do. A little bit of water at the very end, and it's kind of steaming, and that's all that is water. Turn the heat off. Isn't that incredible?
Amazing.
You know, and I mean, they really are literally done to a point where kids will love them this way. And they can crunch on them, dip them in the honey mustard. So, let's talk about, in our Down on the Farm segment this evening, we're going to take you to Country Girls Creamery. They're a third-generation family-owned and operated dairy farm producing natural Jersey cow products. The farm is located in Pearl River County on Highway 26 between Poplarville and Wiggins.
Today we have Dairy Fest. Last year, the first Saturday in October, we held our first Dairy Fest, and it went well, so we wanted to hold a second annual Dairy Fest here on our farm. And really, what we like to do is have people on our farm, show them what we do, what dairy farmers do, what we provide for them, because on our dairy farm is different from other dairy farms in that we process our own milk. We have jerseys anywhere from babies to aged cows, a little over 200. Now we're milking about 86, and they're higher in vitamins A, B, C, and as well as protein. They have higher milk solids, so it's a tastier product and a healthier product. We don't give our cows any hormones or medications. We don't give any genetically modified feeds that would make them milk more or grow faster to give more milk. Now you'll notice our cows, you can see their hip bones, their ribs, their shoulder bones. They're not a fleshy animal. They eat to make milk. We pasteurize and bottle our own milk, make cheese. About 2 years ago, we added beef. We have cream, butter, yogurt, and we have ice cream as well. This March will be our 4th year in operation, and we continue to grow. We do lots of things that we didn't know we'd do when we started. The creamery is such as tourism. We do a lot of school groups, church groups, senior citizen groups. We wholesale our products and we retail them, so we get to do a little bit of everything. We've been very fortunate. We found a niche market and we push out a natural product and feed and raise our animals in a natural manner.
I think we caught him in the act. I tell you what, though, is that not mind-blowing how tasty that is?
No salt, sugar, and fat. And you have a lot of other substitutes for French fries, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry,
absolutely.
I'm just wonderful.
We do zucchini strips. We do sweet potato strips. Think about sweet potatoes from Vardaman, Mississippi. You know, they're so much healthier.
Lots of fiber.
Yep. I mean, just
Much
incredible.
Better. Just plain old white potatoes are nothing but a sugar surge. And they have almost no nutritional value. The nutritional value that's in there is in the covering of it that we frequently take off.
Right, right. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And like I said, when I skin these, I try to do it as minimal as possible. It's where all the nutrients are. So let's go ahead. Aren't those great, though?
They really
Just a
are.
wonderful, tasty little treat.
It'd be a good snack, too.
And, well, you know, and you can keep these in the refrigerator in a resealable bag and pull from them. I like them cold.
I really
You know,
like
so
that.
let's set these over here on the side.
And they have a lot of pizzazz because of this salt. I'm getting about 3 or 4 different hits off this.
Isn't that amazing?
About 30 seconds apart.
And I tell you what, you got to love the idea that that is pretty much guilt-free with all the yogurt base. And you try and tell me you're going to get a young child to eat yogurt where they eat it this way, they'll eat it all day long.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, they will eat that all day long. So we're going to go ahead and throw these over here on the side. Now, let's take our chicken nuggets. And you're going to notice a lot of our shows, I'm very elaborate in all the colors and everything. I really want this to be dedicated toward children. Children don't respond well if everything looks leafy and green. We can find ways to get them to eat that, maybe pureeing it and putting in some ingredients, which I'll do in other shows. But my thought is this is the change of a fast food dish with flavor. You know, I mean, unbelievable difference in the flavor.
No breading, no added salt. There's plenty of salt in the products as they come, and high protein, and you're not going to get hungry for hours after you eat this stuff.
I know, and you know, I've found too that I love to keep it in my house, and I make this in large volume. You saw we did, what, 2 chicken breasts. I don't think anyone out there couldn't do 10 chicken breasts, put them on a big baking sheet, like you would certainly bake cookies that way. Think about what you're doing to help your kids, and you put it all on a baking sheet, then you put them into a bag, keep them in a resealable bag in the refrigerator, and when the kids come in, and I don't care if they're 6 to 16, they will grab those all day long, and it becomes that healthy snack.
We spend a lot of time now preaching that overweight kids end up being overweight adults, and overweight adults end up being obese adults with diabetes. This is the way to start and teach folks how to eat well, and they're going to be a lot happier in the long run because the food tastes better, and it doesn't make you ill.
And you notice what I love what you said. You got so many different flavors as you finished eating it.
The secret's in the sauce.
I know. You know, and I tell you what, it's virtually guilt-free, you know, which is what's so cool about it. But I think the other side of it is, as we go through trying to have more recipes on the show that are geared toward parents and their children, maybe, just maybe, the parents will start eating it as well.
I don't
All right.
think there'll be any
We're going to
question.
go into the nutritional value of this dish now. We have calories of 410, carbohydrates of 28, and those are good carbs. We have protein, ready for this, 59 grams. Saturated fat, 2 grams.
Wow.
It simply doesn't get any better than that. And I would like to thank our guest, Dr. Rick deShazo, for joining us tonight on the show And if you're interested in any of the recipes you saw on tonight's show, visit our website at mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat or join our Facebook page, MPB Fit to Eat. So until next time, I'm Chef Rob Simpson. Eat well, which I'm sure Dr. Rick is.